Welcome to the Hangout. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing
Yes.
fine.
You just got back from your European adventure.
Yes, it was pretty awesome. And then I got COVID.
Oh.
But it was worth it. It really was. God, yeah, just to get
Okay.
out.
I have a very important question.
Hmm?
What was the best thing you ate?
Oh my God. I can remember it was a truffle pasta. I can't remember the sauce or anything. It just oh, it was heavenly. It was in Rome, and it was a place. It was a little. I told Yanging about this because he's going there in a little while. Rione 13, it was called, which means Region 13. And everyone at our table was just, moaning. It was really good. Yeah, and it's funny how when somebody asked me what the highlights were, and I think it was the meals, just the time when, after all the going and doing and seeing and hot, we'd sit down at night at an outdoor table somewhere in just basically a pedestrian street someplace, and just be together and have unerringly gorgeous meals that it was really, that was a good time.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Well, speaking of meals, I'm gonna go see about my dinner.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I know never to vacation with you, Stephen, because I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, I want to see stuff.
Oh,
I
God.
can eat later.
Oh no. Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, like, it's not that I want to like go the whole day without eating, but my favorite, when we were in Germany with my parents' traveling choir, doner kebabs, like
Oh.
the sort of, the street food type of thing, where
Mhm.
like you get it and then you can sit on a little like sidewalk table or something like that. So you get it and you eat it and then you're off to, do
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
But part of the traveling with that traveling choir was dinners were all together as a choir, but in the middle of the day, we'd like roll into a town at like, say, 11 a.m. And we'd be like, you got to be on the bus by 2 p.m.
Yeah.
and your time is 0. And if you had lunch, that is what you did in that town.
Right.
Is you had lunch. And
Yeah.
I'm like, get the doner kebab, eat it, and then we
Yeah.
see the church, and then we see the museum, and then
Yeah.
we see this, and then we see that.
I'm with you. I would do the same thing. Because oh my God, yeah. Especially if you end up with a group trying to get lunch, like part of your choir splits off and you all try to get a table. Oh my God, it takes forever.
I honestly, eating is my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the
Ditto.
same thing where I'm like, oh, I don't got to move that much. Still got a pretty view and I got nice food.
Mhm.
Set.
I don't know. And it's specifically, I want to eat things that are unique.
Yeah.
That, like, you can only get there.
Mhm.
Right. That part feels like eating something really good. That's great. But like
Mhm.
eating something that's special to that
Mhm.
place is very exciting.
Yeah.
Like, that is a thing I get very hyped about. So
Yeah.
Well,
You know
if you can do it in like not 3 or 4 hours, like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
there
That's
is the sort
fair.
of like European model where you have like the courses and the wine with each course, and you're like relaxing and talking and whatever, and like
And
I
I'm not
love
gonna
that
lie,
too.
as much as I love seeing, like,
Yeah.
I would love to go see like medieval churches
Mm-hmm.
and the castles and all of that stuff. And if you said you can do this or you can have this very authentic meal, I would hate that I had to choose.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
choose the meal at least half the time.
Yeah. Well, there's, one good thing about Rome too, is I had an equally eyes rolling back in the head experience from food, just from some street pizza. It
Hmm.
was, oh my, and it's hit and miss. There's good pizza all over the place, but every now and then you'll find one. This one was basically just sauteed mushrooms on a square pan. Oh,
Nice.
oh,
I'm
Yeah.
so happy that my family is ordering pizza that I will have after this game. Otherwise, I would be so pissed right now.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You had a great time.
We got a pizza oven for my birthday. So
Ooh.
we've been making a lot of pizza, which means that we have not been ordering pizza because we can just make pizza.
Yeah.
Is that an outside thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
an uni.
An uni.
Okay. I'll look it up. Sounds
But-
Italian.
I've only made like the Neapolitan style. I kind of want to figure out if I can make like a Chicago style pizza in it.
Neapolitan, define that.
So it is like probably like Roman style pizza, but it's the
Thin crust.
they cook them very hot, very quick. It's fairly thin, but it's a chewy crust that's got a kind of a crispiness to it.
Huh. Okay.
And there's no oil in the crust. It's just yeast and salt
Yeah,
and flour.
I
and
googled
water.
it. Also known as Naples style pizza is a style of pizza made with tomatoes and mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, traditionally you
that's-
don't put things on it except like tomatoes, not tomato sauce, but just like crushed tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella, and maybe basil and olive oil
Mhm.
and salt. It's really
Oh.
good with like crispy salt on it.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
what's the margarita pizza then? Is that just basil and cheese?
I think it's still a margarita.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
just
eh,
because it is. It's just it's the same stuff, and I'm pretty sure that traditionally, like a DOC margarita, like a you have done this correctly, the Italians approve, does have to be San Marzano tomatoes and buffalo mozzarella.
Wow. Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, there's that place that Tutabella. Yeah, has
Oh, yeah,
Neapolitan style
Tutabella.
pizza. That's Neapolitan style pizza.
Okay. Fun fact. Costco sells Tutabella pizzas now.
Oh,
That you heat you heat. They're not frozen.
Huh.
refrigerator.
They're margarita pizzas. Yeah, they're refrigerated and they're basically you just cook them. You put them in and cook them.
I'm
Nice.
gonna be
Cool.
honest, I'd be hard pressed to go to a Costco and get a pizza that's not theirs. Like, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Instant gratification right over there. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Trevor, I think you have a friend in the chat.
I do.
Who's Brit 1980? They
Uh,
are giving Trevor stuff to look up.
Oh, they you said you all are giving but no, I don't know.
Oh,
but
I'm
hi, Brett.
sorry.
Nice to meet you.
I completely misread that.
That's
I thought
okay.
that was a reply to "Hey, what's up, Brit?" Like that's what they're doing.
To be, I mean, I'm happy they're here. So
Maybe you guys
Yeah,
will
they-
be new besties.
Exactly.
What else can we maybe look up? Right.
Yes. I'm the man in the chair that's actually at a standing desk.
Well, the news. The
Oh, they
news
play
around-
Idol. I like them. I like them a lot. They play All Champions.
Nice.
The
Right
the news
on.
around my parts is because I'm down in Portland. The a lumber mill caught on fire across
Oh.
Columbia.
Yeah.
Like super on fire. Like it was going at least still this morning from 6:30 last night.
Whoa.
And
Oh, my
Portland air
goodness.
quality was way down. Fortunately, it didn't make it because I'm out in the suburbs. It didn't make it all the way out to me. But and the funny thing is, like, I've driven over that so many times because I take a sort of back road bridge over the Columbia to Washington when I go back up, because you just go along the river and through small towns. And that bridge like flies over like some of the lumber mills because they're all lumber mills
Oh.
along the river there. So I've like looked down into it and I'm pretty sure it's like that one. And the original like articles were like, oh yeah, their lumber caught on fire. And I'm like, did it though? Like, I don't believe you. And then I've read a further one that said that the like wood chip piles or the wood chips and like the log
Mm.
decks. And I'm like, hell yeah, the wood chips caught on fire. Like they were sort of like, ooh, look at me. Like whenever I looked at them. So, and especially this weather, I'm sure they've been
Yeah.
like sitting out and like just drying.
Mm.
And I did see somebody's drone shot. It was only in one news article because everybody else is like taking it from the ground, looking at the smoke, but somebody put their drone up. And this like big wood chip pile has the fire coming down with the sort of like orange embers in the sort of like round coming
Ooh.
down the sides of the pile.
Whoa.
So
Interesting.
Cool.
Hey, meanwhile, I'm over here as a Twin Peaks fan. I'm like, no, that was done by Catherine Martell to get the insurance money to go run away with Ben Horn.
I love that show.
I love that show so much.
Great. Great reference.
Yeah, I've tried to get actually I did. I had a podcast at one point where two of my friends and I just sat around talking about whatever, and I was like, hey, y'all should watch Twin Peaks and we could talk about it on the podcast. And they're like, no. And I went, do it. And they went, no. And then and I was like, fine. I finally gave up. Turns out both of them watched the entire series behind my back, did not tell me until they just started subtly dropping references into conversation.
Oh, that's kind of brilliant. Brilliant
And I
trolling
was
by your
like,
friends.
you jerks. One of those was St. James.
Those are good friends,
Yeah.
actually.
That
I mean, that tracks.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yup. Those guys. Yeah, you actually made me think about this though, when you're talking about going out to eat with a large group of people and everything. That gives me anxiety. Because I was a restaurant manager, anytime someone is like, oh, we've got like 8 people, we can get a table. I'm like, oh God. Okay.
Get a reservation.
Yeah. And so Saturday night, my friends and I hop on Discord, play some games, and one of them just goes, hey, what if we all just went and got Korean barbecue right now? It's Saturday night. It's 7 o'clock as he says this. And somehow ended up convincing everyone, including me. Well, he did get a cheat code with me because he was like, I will drive you. And I went, deal. Have to worry about finding a parking. Yeah, fine. But I can't understand that night because it's Saturday night. It's Korean barbecue. It's 7 o'clock. By the time that we got out there, it was like 8:20. We pull into the parking lot that is swarmed with cars everywhere. There's bumper to bumper. And my friend Gary goes, oh, hang on a second. Takes a left, car pulls out, no one else in the aisle. He instantly parks.
Nice.
Wizardry to me.
Magic.
And then we walk into the restaurant and there's no line. And we just got a table.
Ooh.
It was the strangest thing I've ever experienced on a Saturday night.
That's the strangest thing.
I know. I'm like, did you cast Detect Good and Evil on your friend by chance?
Right? Yeah, no, like
Well,
you
either
just
that or like you were due for some like terrible your car gets a fender bender in the parking lot, and then
This is on
the
the
waiter
friend.
spills drinks on you. Like that's your next night out.
you've convinced me not to go out again. Thanks,
I think your friend anchored the good luck, so it's on him. You were just getting windfall.
Yeah,
could be.
really, it was just him being like, hey, Beelzebub, I really like to go get Korean barbecue with my friends tonight.
I'm calling in my favor. Here's what I want. Korean barbecue with all my friends with a good parking spot. No
With a
wait.
good parking spot.
The devil's like, wait, for real? Well, fair.
I'm taking a soul for less. Oh, God. Yeah, fun times with people. People.
I'm not gonna lie, all this food talk, this is a very nice salmon sandwich, but I wish it was either Korean barbecue or a really good pizza right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'm dying over here. I need to go get some food in the break between.
To be fair, yeah, I'm much more happy to talk about food than my weird Boy Scout story. So this is great.
Well, now you've reminded him.
Yeah,
There's a
continuation
mistake
from
there,
last
Trevor.
week. Okay, whoa. Just time out real quick. I shit you not. For whatever reason, we talked about your Boy Scout experiences last time, right?
Yeah.
And it is the only hangout that we have ever had a dislike on YouTube.
Oh my God.
Somebody watch
Hey, you
that
know what?
hangout.
You know what? I'm on your side. You heard me mention Boy Scouts and you're like, downvote? Yeah, that's fine.
Somebody watch that hangout and they're like,
I mean,
I had such traumatic experiences from Boy Scouts, or I hate these stories so much. Down thumb.
Wow, I missed
That's
out on that
wild.
one.
Yeah.
Huh.
There were some wild times there in the old Boy Scout time. That is wild though. That was the one dislike. I'm just gonna believe that they're like Boy Scouts suck, so I'm gonna downvote it. And you know what? You're right.
I mean, more believable than City Kids 4-H, because I mean, like, what's to hate about City
That was the real thing. That was what they were like. No, I just can't support that in any way, shape, or form.
well,
Raise
certainly
cows or get out.
sorry, Washington County City Kids 4-H judging was last weekend, so it couldn't have been somebody who was burned by that.
Oh, wow.
Slighted, scouring the internet for any mention that they can downvote.
Hey, I found a new, or for me, new detective show.
Oh,
It's on BritBox, and
Yep.
it's called The Tower.
I think I've heard of those.
And it's the lead investigator is the actress is was on, oh dang it, I think her last name was Whelan, but she was in Game of Thrones, and I totally recognize her. I think she was a Stark ally, and I haven't bothered to look it up yet, but
oh, that's Yara Greyjoy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Theon's sister on the.
oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sister.
okay, great, she was a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's really good in this too. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's I kind of watched I watched another one and didn't take me that far. So yeah, this one kind of got my attention. Really good acting.
Yeah, she's really good. She's also in that show Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
a
getting
great
to that.
one.
I was like, I
Yeah.
knew her from something else too. And
Solid show.
I
What's
don't
Gentleman
think I
Jack?
ever connected Gentleman Jack to Game of Thrones. Gentleman Jack is about a woman, a lesbian in coal mining country in it's historical. I forget what time period they are, but anyway, she was. It's interesting because she was very like masculine at the time, but you know, society would only let her break her gender role so far.
Mhm.
And so the show is sort of following. She had a lover who she like. They considered themselves married even though they couldn't get married. And so the show's following her. It's really good. I find it stressful because it's a very good example of a complicated character,
Mm.
and I have trouble sometimes like getting really like anxious when the main character is really mean to people.
Yeah.
And like that's just me. It's like a really well done, like well-rounded character who isn't just like super heroic. But
Mhm. Interesting. Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, good show. Now I'm looking at the IMDb page and I saw Emma on there too. I'm like, oh, I love that movie. That was so good.
Okay.
The
Quick
new one,
survey.
I haven't
Quick
seen it.
survey. How many of you are planning on watching either Oppenheimer or the Barbie movie or Barbenheimer?
So I don't even like the movies
Barbenheimer,
in
what's-
That's
particular,
when you go see them both back to back.
but I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, well,
I'm
actually-
not gonna lie. I keep watching videos where people talk about how brilliant both of these movies are, and I'm like, I love the idea of just having a day where I watch both of them.
Here's the
Yeah.
real question. If you were to see those two films on the same day, what is the order you watch them in? There is a correct answer.
So I heard an argument for an answer, and that is what I have sort of stuck on, which is
Okay.
that you watch Barbie first, and then you watch Oppenheimer, because Christopher Nolan is like, watch it on the IMAX screen, and also I don't care about your eardrums. So you will have a damaged experience
Ah.
watching Barbie if you watch Oppenheimer and you listen to a nuclear bomb explode.
I got ADHD.
Nolan
I'll bring my
type,
loops.
but- That would be the right answer.
So the advice, part of the advice was watch it on an IMAX.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan is very adamant that his films are best viewed on an IMAX screen.
Which one did he do?
Oppenheimer. God, I
before
would have
that-
killed for his Barbie though.
Christopher Nolan Barbie would be amazing. Holy shit.
Uh,
Missed opportunity.
In a parallel universe, yeah, it's Christopher Nolan's Barbie and Greta Gerwig's Oppenheimer. See, for me, the one of the like I had already settled on this ahead of time, but I saw a tweet that agreed with it, but then made it better. You're
Yeah.
like, here's
No.
here's a schedule for everyone going to see these movies on the same day. You wake up, you smoke a cigarette with a cup of coffee, you go see Oppenheimer. You go to brunch, processing the trauma that you had just received. You go to a nice afternoon showing of Barbie, you go to dinner, you hit the club.
I am fascinated. But the thing about Barbie, like, I don't know, I feel like it encapsulates also my feelings about what good tie-in can be, because fundamentally she is both like honoring the source and also skewering the source. She is saying, here's why Barbie is great and here's why Barbie is fucked. Right. She is encompassing the complexity of it. And she is creating something that is artistic, that is not about selling the toy, but is about engaging you with the experience, whether you love it or you hate it coming in. And I think that is really smart. Like the idea that you must like just kind of like show off the thing you're selling and then take your paycheck and shut up is disappointing, right? It is frequently what you do because they're not paying you enough. They're not paying you the Greta Gerwig money. But
and that's
ideally,
what it sounded like
you can do that.
That's what it sounded like the other iterations of this, because like this movie's been talked about for God, I don't even know how long now, with different people attached to it, and it sounded like that's what it was gonna be. So I'm happy it's in the form that it is.
I watched a video this morning. Kevin was like, you should watch this. So I actually watched a 15-minute video by a film nerd about why Barbie is actually brilliant and why you should do Barbenheimer and embrace it. And I was like,
I just can't get over that.
I love it.
Yeah,
and it was, and like, I obviously am more the target market for Barbie, I think. Not that I'm not very interested in history, but like, it was very interesting to me to see like how like there's just a very clear vision for both of these, that they've gotten the right people who have the right skills who can sign on for the vision and then do what they do best.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I think is really appealing. Like it isn't like, I don't care what you're doing. It's like everybody's here. Everybody's working on this thing together.
Yeah, I agree with like 99% of everything you said, except for the one like asterisk is that I've heard Oppenheimer has like an obscene amount of sex in it, like graphic full frontal nudity, and I would not have expected
full
that.
Frontal nudity. I don't know that I heard the context of it. Like if it's like a post-sex kind of scene, that's
no, it's
same.
not apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I heard there's also like some banging or something. I don't know. That's what somebody told me.
Talking about banging.
Not what I would have expected.
Not gonna lie, did not think I would be interested in J. Robert Oppenheimer's sex life.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you know, it's a 3-hour-long movie. What else are they going to talk about? They run out of steam eventually. I was like, yeah, we get it. Bombs, nukes. Okay.
At some point, nobody cares about nuclear science. No.
That probably was one producer that was like, what about the
probably.
sex?
Honestly, like we had
God.
this question on Writing About Dragons and shit, where someone had this idea for a magic system that was based on like rediscovering lost grammar. Right, like this case isn't used anymore, but if you use this case in the grammar, it will make the magic more powerful. And it's like that could be really interesting, but it is something that's like, oh, you might feel like you're at school if you can't sell it. And similarly, like fundamentally, a lot of this stuff is like nerds doing math.
Yeah,
but you can sell it, make people interested by like bringing out those characters. So in the same way, I think you can, I mean, I don't know. I firmly believe you can do anything as long as you can be excited and entertaining about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that, we actually have to go on a break.
Much like running a D&D game.
Yeah, great transition. So we'll be back with that D&D game in about 5 minutes. Also running a giveaway, ! Ticket, Phoenix Dice, get in early.
Phoenix Dice.
Okay, we'll be back.